I've seen this strange argument online where people claim that Black Americans are complicit in American imperialism. And it's an interesting argument because America is one of the longest running colonial projects in the world. And imperialism and colonialism are cousins. um, I don't think people are aware, and I'm not necessarily expecting people that are in the global south who are actually actively being exploited by this country to uh, look into Black American history. I really don't expect that of them. Um, they're having to deal with their survival thing. But at the same token, when we're saying everything they're doing to you, they've done to us, I am very serious about that. Um, Black folks have been bombed by their own government. We've been poisoned by our own government. Um, we've been targeted with um, agitation propaganda, targeted with all kinds of different propaganda stuff, all kinds of cyber warfare, any kind of warfare that any kind of weapons that you see deployed internationally, they are normally tested somewhere on Black people, Lewis, where they actually tested chemical weapons in, in a controlled in an area that mimicked what they would see in Russia, and they picked a Black neighborhood to do it. And they said, we're just testing dispersal patterns. The chemicals that we sprayed you with were benign and have anything. They weren't serious. And people were like, well, we were coughing and sneezing. Don't worry about it. But then you see the cancer rates are through the roof there for that generation of kids that grew up in St. Louis, where they basically sprayed them with chemicals. And they were using that as a testing ground to test chemical weapons in case they had to go use chemical weapons in areas in Russia during the Cold War. So they claim Black Americans are complicit in American imperialism, and the reasoning is kind of shallow. A lot of it is because they see Black soldiers, Black celebrities, Black politicians. They're highly visible Black people, and they assume that that highly visible Black person is endemic or representative of all of us. They see that, and that's typically that's the problematic nature of media, right? We export media that has nothing but negative stereotypes about Black people worldwide, and then the world kind of forms their opinion of Black Americans through that media.